Welcome back to Living Local. It is time to check in with Movie Mike for, of course, what's new at the movies.
Pleasure to be here.
Of course, Mike Schultz, arts editor for the River Cities Reader. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I love it.
I do too. It means
I wouldn't not come.
Yeah, and when you're here, it means the weekend's right around the corner.
That's very true. Okay. Well, you're welcome. All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Yeah, sure.
How was your weekend?
I saw Equalizer 3.
How was the violence?
It's pretty violent, but you can talk about that as well because you also saw Equalizer 3. We can co-review this one.
A collab here.
Okay.
So, of course, Equalizer 3, it's the sequel to, 1 and 2, of course.
Yep.
Kinda, in a way.
Yeah, explain what's going on.
I think you can see E3 without seeing 1 and 2. But, of course, Robert McCall, who has a secret life that, of course, we found out in 1 and 2, decides to go to Italy to kind of get away from it all. He just wants to have a relaxing life.
Well, he does have a job to do as well. Let's be honest. He's there for he's there on a mission. We just don't know what it is for a long time.
Exactly.
Okay.
And, well, he has this secret life, and whenever bad guys come around, he always just finds a way to get involved.
The bad guys find him. They just accidentally all the time.
And it's the mafia.
It's the mafia this time, right? Yes. Did you enjoy yourself, Tyler?
I really did.
Good.
I still think, to me, the second one is my personal favorite.
Okay.
But there was a lot of fights, a lot of violence, and he used something he hasn't done since 1 and 2.
Yeah.
He fired a gun.
He did fire a gun.
A lot of guns.
Lots of guns. There's a lot of mafia. You got to bring out a lot of guns. I also had a pretty good time. I didn't love it because my biggest problem was that it basically stereotypes everyone in Italy down to two different characters. One is the family and friends and food and I love you, and the other one is violent mafia people who cut people's hands off and throw people out of apartment windows. So, but aside, once you get past that, Denzel Washington is so charismatic in this. He is so much fun. The violence is kind of inventive, I thought. Dakota Fanning is great. I had a good time. I'm glad I saw it. I was not expecting to have that much fun.
Aren't you proud of me? I'm actually
You're going to the movies these days.
To the movie. I've seen
I feel responsible, Miles.
That have come out in the last month.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Move on. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now.
Okay.
I'm not seeing this next one.
I don't know if I want to see this next one. Yeah.
The Nun.
The Nun 2. Yeah. It's the second Nun. Okay, so let's see if you can follow along with me. This is another movie in the Conjuring universe. The Nun 2 is the sequel to The Nun, which was a prequel to the Annabelle sequel, which was a prequel to Annabelle, which was a prequel to The Conjuring. So that's the twistiness that we're dealing with right now. So, getting you caught up, it is now 1956, and our heroic nun from the first one, played by Tessa Farmiga, is back again, and she is teaching at a girls' institution/convent in France. But unfortunately, the big, nasty, spectral nun with the pointy nose and the really sharp fingernails is back this time too, and we have to find a way to exorcise this latest demon. Not a fan of The Nun, I will say. The first one didn't do much for me. But this one at least has Tessa Farmiga in it. What's cool about her casting is that she's actually, in real life, the baby sister of Vera Farmiga, who plays one of the head psychics from the Conjuring films. And they have not yet made it clear that these two characters are related, but they look exactly alike. They're 21 years difference in age, the sisters are. But I have a feeling when this series ends, in 70 or 80 years, they're finally going to tell us that these two people are actually related, and I will be proven right at age 140. So,
yeah, and you're still going to be going to movies by then.
I'll still be at the movies, still be seeing sequels to Conjuring movies probably. So, so anyway, maybe it'll have some cool visuals. I'm not a fan. This whole series is hit or miss for me, but if it has a few jump scares, okay, I'll give it a pass.
Well, I'm going to trust your opinion on whatever you say.
You're not
you
going.
Say it's amazing. I'm going to trust your opinion.
Okay.
This one looks interesting. We've probably heard it. I can't remember if I watched it because it's been around for so long, but My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
3, if you can believe it. Yes, this is a sequel-rific weekend for us here, friends. Can you believe? It has now been 21 years since the very first My Big Fat Greek Wedding debuted in 2002, and despite never for one weekend coming in tops at the box office, it is the most successful romantic comedy ever made. in history, which is incredible. It's the story of a Greek woman who meets, played by Nia Vardalos, who also wrote the script. She meets, there he is, John Corbett, adorable John Corbett. They get married in the first one. In the second one, I believe it's one of their nieces who's getting married. The second one took place in 2016. Now, 7 years later, we're going on a big old family trip to Greece. Unfortunately, I can't tell you whether or not anyone's getting married in this one because the synopsis is very bare bones. This has not been screened for critics in advance. All I know is that the gang's all here again, with the exception of Michael Constantine, who played the father and sadly passed away a couple years ago. But they're going for a big reunion. They're going to meet new cousins, meet new uncles, aunts. It's going to be bigger and fatter and Greekier than ever before. It's going to be something else. This time, Nia Vardalos, who also wrote the script and stars in it, is also making her directing debut with this one too. Ooh. So she's got a lot on the line. It'll be interesting to see if 21 years later people are still interested in this or not. I'm interested just to see Andrea Martin again, a brilliant genius, Tony-winning comedian who was on SCTV back 40 odd years ago. Is such a genius on Only Murders in the Building right now. She'll be enough for me. If it's 90 minutes and it's her for half the time, I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, you're going to have a good time. And
pretty easy.
Maybe something more, I should say, relaxing or a different pace coming from The Nun.
If nothing else, I mean, the scenery is going to be gorgeous. So
there you go.
You got that going for it. You know, I'd take a vacation to Greece right now. That'd be all right.
Yeah, me too. I'll come with you. Well, Mike, I appreciate you coming in, hanging out with us.
Yeah, you bet.
Again, Equalizer 3, fantastic movie. You have to go see it, if not 1 and 2 and 3, but overall fantastic there. And of course, a movie I probably will not see, The Nun 2, and of course my big fat Greek wedding. They're out today. You can read Mike's movie reviews online at rcreader.com, and for more information on today's movies, you can head over to our quadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break.